if someone starts bitching at me and this is going to my ears.
Soundtrack to them taking the L.
I get myself fired. The lady that stood on her porch and flipped me off for 5 minutes straight. Drive the mail truck through her door. Edit that out.
Too late. We're live.
We are.
It is what it is now.
It's gonna be good to see you guys Sunday. I miss you guys.
Yeah, I miss you too. It would be funny if you see things like you play a game too much and you start seeing things in real life that kind of mimic it, and that lady's actually she's wagging her middle finger, but it's actually a lightsaber in your head. That would be pretty funny.
By the way, I've started the Christy Golding book. What's her name? Ace. Christy
threw me off. I thought it was Gray.
Thank you.
Claudia Gray.
Yeah, I'm really on my game tonight. Claudia, I started that Claudia Gray book and 2 thumbs up so far. 2 thumbs up.
I'll probably get it my next payday. I ain't gonna go through the library. I'm too. I just got to get it.
Metropolitan's got 15 copies, man. I didn't have to wait.
Oh wow! I'll jump on there tonight.
Yeah, 15 copies is how many they have, so it's going fast. And I'll be done with mine probably tomorrow, so I'll be returning it.
I didn't finish High Republic. I mean, I got about 3 hours into it, and I already had to turn it in. But
did you do the 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it really threw me off with the weird like fake Trump accent for the
yeah.
It was yeah.
You get used to the voices. You get used to the voices. I've
Yeah,
listened to so many different.
Odd that we went with that one though. Anyways, we are the Marauders. We are here every Thursday, 7:30, and it is good to be back. I wasn't feeling too good last week, but I'm glad to be back now. So let's get on with our introductions. Start down below.
I am No More Snow. I'm fed up with it. I'm sick of it. I hate winter. I hate snow. Bah humbug and all that. No more snow, guys. It sucks. It's like a foot deep, and it's hard to walk through. No more snow. Dumb people keep getting out in their cars. Like, guys, there's nothing good to say about it. Stop snowing. It's time for summer. That's it. I'm here.
Generally speaking, I love the winter time, but I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm so over it. I am Captain Brown. I am on my coming to you from my YT Carillion light freighter. I was tired of the snow, so I had to move somewhere to a different temperate climate. So I'm sitting on the surface of Mustafar at the moment, and glad to be here.
Is that like a viewing room? Because I'm not seeing a cockpit behind you.
This is a science pod.
Okay, all right. Just making sure I know which part of the ship you're in.
I can send you my schematics if you'd like.
How you doing, Snowho?
I am good, and I love the snow. Even though I have not got to play in it, and I am kind of actually a little irritated about it because
go roll around in it. There's plenty of it out there.
Well, actually, I mean, I've been out in it today. I was not one of those people that got stuck though. I definitely was able to make it back, but it was probably pretty funny. People watching me in my little Kia Soul just kind of go like sliding around.
I've got chains on the mail truck, and I mean, dude, I've been all over the road. I've been in a few ditches. I've not hit any mailboxes or people or other cars. But when this snow melts, there's going to be some ruts in places there shouldn't be ruts. I don't know how those got there.
Nobody tell anybody.
I don't know how those got there.
What's going on, y'all? This your boy Ace Kennedy. You know me, talk nerdy to me. And I spent a little part of the day watching some of the hearings for the GameStop stuff, and boy. I shout out to Maxine Waters. She was very, very, punctual. She gave everybody 5 minutes, and hey, you better get it in your 5 minutes. And you could just tell the differences between certain representatives as far as like where they stand on it, because you can tell when they're like, oh, they're trying to put it on the people that was in the Reddit post. And then, of course, you had the people who were really putting it on Robinhood for stopping people from being able to buy stocks. One of the big questions that they kept asking was like, okay, So why is it that y'all stopped them from buying it, but you didn't have a problem with letting people sell it? And so the guy that they had representing Robin Hood did a terrible job. All he did the entire time, you could tell his publicist gave him a script like, this is what you're gonna say. I don't care what they ask, this is what you're gonna say. Because they would ask him yes or no questions, and he would refuse not to say yes or no. He would always go into, thank you for asking me that question, and then blah 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 blah. So it was a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, it was very pointless. They have a couple of more hearings coming up. They're going to bring in some experts on some certain things, but they did have one of the people who was a part of the Reddit post. He was there as a witness, and so he was very articulate. I was very, very proud of him. And I didn't get to watch the entire thing, but I know Bonnie is probably very versed on it, so we'll get her take when she gets back. But yeah, overall, a whole bunch of nothing, but very interesting to say the least. Probably the first time I really wanted to watch a hearing like that.
I can't wait to see what the class action lawsuit that they're bringing against Robin Hood results in, because
that's one of the things he brought up too, because they were asking him questions about stuff, and he was like, "Well, we have a class action lawsuit, so I can't really say blah 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 blah." And so they was like, "I ain't asked you about the class action lawsuit. I asked you this. Can you answer this?"
And I hope they take a beating, because look, I don't do stocks and stuff. I mean, obviously, I know people that do, and I'm all for the normal person making money. I'm all for it. Get your money, man. However you can do it. If you can game over Wall Street, then go game over Wall Street. That's their fault. But and again, I'm not well versed, but I hope Robin Hood gets a beating in court.
Long story less long, man. They got beat at their own game, and so the biggest thing is they wanted to ask them was who pressured you to stop people from doing this?
Who made those phone calls?
Right. And so they tried, of course they tried to say, "Oh no, we didn't."
They letting that go.
Yeah, no, somebody did, because now I had it when Bitcoin was going through its volatility several years ago. Coinbase and a few other places were real big about, oh, we can't handle the traffic, so we're going to stop buys and sells. But in this case, Robinhood, like you were saying, oh, we'll let you, buy and turn around and sell. And then it was like, yo, sell it, but you can't buy it. And it really, especially with that Dogecoin run thing that they were doing, they really killed it, because that's where everybody was buying that Dogecoin thing. And they really killed that run, that initial run up. Could have been a lot bigger, I think a lot better, if they wouldn't have halted that traffic for 24 hours or whatever it was. So somebody really dropped the ball there. But sometimes, they might not have been a pressure thing, to be honest. It could have just been that they can't handle that kind of traffic moving, that kind of people buying that. But they really should prepare. If they're going to handle crypto on their app, they need to be prepared for volatility, because that's all cryptocurrency is volatility.
They got a $1 billion investment the second day of that whole thing. So
yeah, they had some very hard questions to answer that they refused to. They had about 3 or 4 people that were on there that were from Robinhood, but there was one in particular he must have been a lawyer person. No, he was not a lawyer.
No,
he was not a lawyer. He was. They had a lawyer on there. It was the girl.
Okay.
And she tried to pull some stuff, and he was like, no, boo boo. Listen, I asked you, don't give me that. I need and she was like, yeah. And so I did love the way they was putting pressure on them, but obviously, like I said, you just not really going. You need a real courtroom setting where they are making them answer these questions, because giving them a representative 5 minutes to ask a question, and you asking the same questions over and over in different ways and still not getting an answer is not very helpful.
Yeah,
it was like when Zuckerberg was put up there in front of those guys.
Oh.
Facebook.
Yeah,
some of those answers were ridiculous.
Captain No Blank.
Good stuff.
Anyways,
good stuff.
But there's one place you can buy from: Sonic.
Hey.
Even with all the snow, you can buy something from Sonic.
Sonic should start selling Bitcoin and Dogecoin on their app.
Hey.
Yeah. I actually called him. I said, "Hey, are y'all open?" He's like, "Yes, we are." All right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Do they deliver?
My family had that for dinner. I
went and picked it up.
I wonder if the Uber Eats or the different places will maybe bring it to you, but
there's so many.
Yeah, I just in this conditions, my thing is like I'm not gonna put nobody else like if something were to happen to a Postmates person or something like that on the account that I ordered food because I was too lazy to go 5 minutes up the street. I was like, nah, I'll go pick it up. If it's that bad for me to go pick it up, then we just won't eat it. So that's my feelings toward it in it.
That's how I feel about it too.
That's what we have for dinner. I'm telling you.
Love you, Sonic.
What did you have from Sonic then?
Listen,
Space
you know your boy just came off the COVID, and like I told y'all, with me having COVID, one of my symptoms, that's not for everybody. I didn't lose my taste to smell and all of that. I had a hunger issue. Like I was hungry all the time. So I think I still had the residual of something because I ordered the foot-long coney, tots, the large tots. I had a large
just
vanilla Coke with lime, and I had a junior bacon burger. So
That's a solid dinner.
I was going in.
That's good. That's what I would have done. I did not feel the same way as you did, though. I was not hungry.
Did you lose taste and smell?
I didn't lose taste. It was kind of like a sinus thing where, like, some of my favorite things. I like hot stuff, so anything with vinegar, like my hot sauce and stuff, all tasted and smelled funky. So, yeah, I was good with not eating as much. Anyways,
me and my oldest son both had that hunger gene. Like we was just both just like, yo, I can't wait to eat.
That's wild.
Snacking. Okay, thank you, Sonic, for supporting what we do. Love you guys. Okay, so let's get on with this. First of all, let's talk about that Snyder cut that we saw. So, what excited you the most out of what you saw on Valentine's Day with our Snyder cut? We'll start with Captain Brown.
Man, I really like seeing Darkseid. More CGI put into it. I like seeing how they did his character as far as graphically. Real big fan. Oh well, I'm sure you guys will want to discuss the Joker clip at the end.
Look, stay on your point. You're trying to steal my point.
Yeah. That's why I said I'm sure someone's going to go there.
Joker?
I'm sure someone's going to go there. But let me back. So Darkseid looked amazing. It definitely didn't play into as much as I watched the first trailer from like the original, the Whedon, and they really pulled back on the humor part of it and pushed into the action, the darkness. You kind of see with DC, and I was a big fan of the way that they went with that. You could see as a videographer, you could see a big color correction or color grading difference too. So there's a difference in how they graded this film to make it feel more gritty, more stylistic than the colorful kind of way they went with, even less colorful than the Wheaton version. So that's my points. I'll leave the other point alone.
You were the first one, so you just got to take what you got, man. Everybody else is just stuck with it.
Let Ace go before I steal his point.
All I'm gonna say, man, I really enjoyed the clip of Joker. We've heard that obviously that he was going to be a part of it, and the fact that we were getting a different version of Jared Leto. And I don't think the design of Joker was something that they just like, yo, we got to change the design of him to. I think honestly that Jared Leto he agreed to come on with the caveat of, listen, I'm not cutting my hair. Like I've got
Morbius.
All of that coming up. Morbius. He also did little things with Denzel Washington, so he has a lot of roles that it's probably just kind of like how they did with Superman's mustache. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, he's about to do Mission Impossible, so he ain't cut his mustache. Terrible. So the thing is, I do it, and the reason why that clip excited me was because it was actually a brand new clip that they were bringing in. At this point, I know originally WB's plan was to actually just release the unfinished version of Zack Snyder's cut, but with the fandom and people, lobbying for it, he actually was able to make these edits, because originally obviously it was going to be a series and now it's just a 4-hour movie. At this point it's an experience. And so the fact that it is that, I was excited to see just a little bit of the new clip. So that's my take.
I mean, obviously there's Wonder Woman. So you had me at Wonder Woman. Look, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so I mean, anytime you're gonna give me new cuts of Wonder Woman, I'm down. I really like, honestly, and people are gonna hate me for this, but I like the Ben Affleck Batman. I for some reason, and I'm not an Affleck guy, but I like him as Batman. So it was cool. You know, there's the one little scene where we see him in the trench coat. It kind of reminds me of like the detective Batman. Obviously, I don't know if that plays into it, but I like the darker tone and the darker feel. You know, it's not something we see a lot of in the Marvel movies, so I kind of like that DC feels darker. There wasn't a whole lot of Cyborg in it, but you know, I like the character, and I kind of wish we'd see some more with him. Overall, I mean, Superman in the black suit, I mean, I'm here for it. So I wasn't excited about the Snyder cut. Like, I was one way or the other, like, whatever, you know, I'll probably check it out. But after the trailer, I'm far more excited than before. So,
honestly, the trailer did nothing for me to excite me, because at this point, with the way he promotes stuff, it's, you know, it reminds me of the old school of promotion. Like, you just keep dropping hints. But the thing is, a couple of things. The reason why I like the darker tone, because it reminds me of Man of Steel. And that was the tone that Man of Steel had. And then, of course, WB got scared when it was so dark. People were complaining. They were very reactionary at the time. Gal Gadot, honestly, was one of the characters that did not come back for reshoots. So all of the stuff that he has was just the stuff that he shot. And from what I understand, Cyborg is one of the central figures of the movie that had a bigger part that just wasn't seen in the Josh Whedon version.
Because we see him like on a football field, like
so a lot of backstory.
Yeah, which is cool, because I don't. But again, it's been a long time since I've seen the original Justice League, and I watched it once, and that was enough for me. So I mean, I'm really curious. Like I said, I didn't know much about it. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but the trailer got me a little more excited. Like, obviously, there's some stuff I still remembered from the first film, like, you know, Lois and when they go back to his house, stuff like that. But I mean, I'm definitely there for it. I'm more excited now.
He said he's only using the stuff that he shot. So anything that Josh Whedon used that he originally shot, okay. But he's saying everything that he said he's not using anything from the Josh Whedon version.
I heard they rescored the film too.
I'm excited for it, man. And the other thing too with the black suit, from the way he was explaining it, he said, listen, the black suit is what you saw at Krypton. So it's a personal thing why he's in the black suit. When he's in the blue suit, that's more so for Earth. So that's why that's cool. That excites me.
That excites me.
I'm like I said, at this point, regardless of what the film, like, we could watch this film and it could be complete and utter trash. But the fact that people are gonna get the subscriptions just to watch this movie, it's gonna be so much hype around it. It's gonna be so much people, you know, all of the media outlets are going to be talking about it. It's an event at this point. It's an experience.
I mean, this is the first time that fans have like pushed so hard that somebody went back on something. Like we set a precedent with this.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, that's true. But it didn't come out that yet.
It didn't come out.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, it hadn't gone this far. But yeah, that was
we didn't have a whole Sonic movie, and then we came back and redid the whole.
Yeah, they caught that one early.
Fans was like, if you don't get that Wish.com version of Sonic,
we ain't touching it.
We give a collective hand clap to the internet as a whole, though, because like, not only did they get them to redo the entire Sonic movie, but then they showed up and actually made a decent movie. Like,
it really was.
Because, you know, like, look, I expected us to, like, you know, everybody freaked out. They're like, we want a new Sonic. And then, honestly, I expected the movie to bomb. And it did really well.
Very well.
You know, the second one's on its way. So, I don't know.
I thought it was good.
One time the internet did something right. One time.
Yeah, that Sonic was trash, bro.
Oh, dude.
He looked scary. Like
that cat teeth looking, weird-eyed, bug-eyed looking. Oh,
Wish.com is that's literally, you order a Sonic toy from Wish, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare on wheels.
You probably won't even order it, they'll smell it too.
But you know, I like his point though, is that the internet got together as a whole on a movie that had already been released, big blockbuster type movie, you know, in the DC realm, and it's like putting DC and Marvel side by side. They're comic book franchises. They're huge. When they release movies, it's supposed to be a big deal. And the fact that the fans could get together and have them come back and then re-release such a big time movie, I guess would be the word for it. That's big because again, Sonic got caught. The internet did make them change it, but did it before they released. So the fact that this is so late in the game, years later, is impressive. So I stand by your point to say that's extremely impressive.
Well, the thing is, I think the reason why they did it, number one, they had new leadership, and then on top of that, they haven't really stuck to their DCEU, the universe type thing. They kind of abandoned that. They kind of did solo movies. They had certain things that still tie together, like some of the Suicide Squad stuff, some of the Birds of Prey stuff, and you know they're still, and then Shazam, they're still kind of like having some things connect. But I think they're definitely waiting for Flashpoint to come and reset some things, because this is still not necessarily connected to the DCEU unless it does very well. Because the rumors are, again, just the rumors. So if this is a rumor, supposedly Aquaman and Wonder Woman don't make it out of this movie.
Really? Look, if they kill off Wonder Woman, like you get me the person,
because I want to see Shane's face when you. I wish I could have seen his face when you said that.
You want to get rid of Aquaman? Whatever. I watched that Aquaman movie, and I'm sorry for those 2 hours of my life. But
boy, stop!
You kill off Wonder Woman, I got issues. And the last Wonder Woman was not that good, but I'm there for it. I'm there for it.
I'm there for it too.
I don't need the movie to be good. I just need Gal Gadot to be Wonder Woman.
They've already said that they are not following anything else from Zack Snyder's cut. This is it. We've got this. That they're letting it go after this though. So nothing else is gonna come out of this.
If you were going to kill off a character, wouldn't they kill off Cyborg with all the issues that they've had?
I really think they want to bring on a Teen Titans. I really think they want to bring a Teen Titans thing into the mix.
I'd kill for some Teen Titans, man. I love Teen Titans.
It's a thing right now. Like it's a lot of the animated versions, the two different animated versions. My kids go nuts over Teen Titans. I know a lot of kids do. So I think DC is really trying to push a Teen Titans deal, and I think Cyborg, the character and stuff, as young as he is in the movies, I think that they could probably bring in a Teen Titans and make it believable.
That'd be cool. Starfire and Raven, Robin. I love the Robin from the animated.
If it's done well, yes.
Yeah. I mean, Robin's got to act that same way.
I've seen
that
some of the
goofy leaders. Yeah,
the Teen Titans on is it HBO Max that has it right now? HBO or HBO Max has tons of Teen Titan things. So you got Robin and some of those characters, and it definitely it's like. It's actually worse than the CW DC stuff is, and I actually like some of the DC stuff that's been coming out here lately on CW.
I watched a couple episodes of Stargirl, and
no.
But I am going to watch the.
That name. No.
Yeah, Justin sent us the link for the what is it, Superman and Lois or Lois and Clark?
Superman and Lois.
Yes, so
it looked really good.
I'm legitimately there for that. I think that starts in February or March.
I saw a YouTube ad for it.
A couple
yeah,
weeks.
I want to say maybe the 23rd. Either way, I'm down for that. Like, looks pretty cool. So,
well, on the Snyder cut though, they were also talking about the black and white version.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of a black and white Justice League Snyder cut?
I'd watch it once. I mean, I'd watch it once, but the thing is that I've seen movies in black and white, and that's fine. Young Frankenstein and Sin City, and so several other movies that have come out, and the Mad Max, the things that have come out that have been in black and white. And I mean, I would watch it just to get the effect of it, but I'd do it as a videographer just to see how they did it, but it wouldn't. I don't know if it would add or take away from if I watched it in color. I think I'd be more excited to watch it in color than watch it in black and white.
Yeah, I've got the Logan version. That's the black and white, and I haven't touched it. I just watched the other one.
It's not for me, bro.
It's not for me.
Nah, it's not for me. Like even watching WandaVision, just because it was stylistically for the episode and it then turned color, it was for a purpose. Yeah. But this is just another cut. It's like, nah, just give me the colored version, bro.
They're just trying to sell a few more DVDs.
Yeah.
Or Blu-rays, 4K. So I mean, I have no desire. I mean, Sin City was cool, but it fit more of the comic aesthetic.
Right. And that was a stylistic choice. That was for, again, the Sin City thing was done that way for a reason. Yeah. So Mad Max was done was Mad Max, I don't think I watched that one all the way through, or I saw bits and pieces. Was that one done completely in black and white, or was it done like almost off color, where it was just everything was desaturated so much that it just
No, they actually had a black and white version that they released in the theater.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that Fury Road either.
Yeah, I know sometimes they'll pull the colors way back to just because it's supposed to be like the apocalypse. Everything's supposed to be dirty, grimy, so it's not supposed to be very colorful, and that's the whole purpose of that. But if they just did it just to be black and white, it's like, why?
It was. I hate to say this word because I don't like it. I don't believe it, but a cash grab. I hate saying that word because they're a business. They're supposed to try to make money. That's it. Yeah. But anyway, they re-released it for the purpose of just like, okay, we're going to do something different now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not for me. My thing is that I'm going to be honest. Even the trailers for the Zack Snyder version in black and white didn't do it for me. Like, I'm like, I mean, okay, I got to see the clips and I'm only watching this because we have to report it from the podcast, but I could have did without the black and white trailers. And I honestly think it was just because they weren't done rendering all the effects, which is, and he's done, even the last trailer was kind of a different saturation. And I'm just like, man, listen, give me everything, the color I want to see. I'm just hoping it doesn't have that type of a tone. Like I want it to almost have the same tone as Man of Steel.
I do love Man of Steel.
One of my favorites.
Is he coming back as Superman? Do we know?
He's in the Zack Snyder version. And he did come back for the reshoots, but he still has not signed ink to paper. As he said, listen, if it's up to him, he's Superman. But it's WB that's kind of like in limbo that don't know what they want to do. And I'm thinking, like, bro, after you've seen The Witcher and Mission Impossible, and y'all still. I think the thing is what it is because, J.J. Abrams has actually signed on to do the next Superman.
Oh, there goes Superman.
And he hasn't said anything about whether or not he's going to have him come back because they're looking at, Henry Cavill is going to be 38 this year. So can he really look like that in 10 years? And then they're like, but The Rock, though. Yeah.
I mean, look at that, man.
Like
he could easily do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and he is. I mean, I've seen The Witcher, but I've also seen a lot of the stuff he does, like on the internet and stuff. That man is perfectly fine. I mean, he could be 48 and he could still be Superman.
Yeah.
So
that's like I said, that's one. You know how JJ is. He's not gonna say yes or no. So
But yeah. Hope he does better than 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. Okay. So while we're talking about this. I just finished. I watched season 2 of Harley Quinn, the cartoon again.
Yeah.
And there's the scene where they're doing like the couch episode, and they're talking about Harley Quinn, and one of them's got a Release the Snyder Cut shirt, and the other one has was it
The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi is not canon.
Yeah.
Yes, or decanonize the Last Jedi, and I was like, dude.
Oh, speaking of which, I know this wasn't in the show notes, y'all, but you did bring it up. It is Ryan Johnson was on a podcast and
don't listen to anybody. Nobody listen to this.
He did confirm
it's not real. It's not real.
The trilogy is still on, y'all.
I don't believe.
I'm less excited about.
I don't believe you.
I'm less excited about his trilogy after this. I've seen the Mando stuff. I'm more excited about Wakita's I butchered his name, Wakita. Thank you. I just go with that name. I'm more excited about his movie than I am about this trilogy. But I think Rian Johnson with no constraints, like writing his own trilogy, I think could be really cool. And it's not going to be characters that I love. So, I mean, with that, as long as he doesn't do anything to the Skywalker, I'm there.
This is why I'm excited for it. It's the same reason why I'm excited for the High Republic. We don't know anything about it outside of Yoda. Yes. And even Yoda's just been name drops thus far. But I think that him developing his own world, I mean, obviously you guys know I'm a fan of 8, but besides that, I'm just saying him as a filmmaker. Rian Johnson is very creative. He is a fan of Star Wars. So I think that him having the opportunity to do his own world for 3 movies, whether he directs them or not, but him writing the story, I think we'll have a cohesive story, and I think that Star Wars fans he will be redeemed.
My worst nightmare is that he does Revan.
Yeah, but what if Revan is really good though?
But
Revan doesn't have a ton that's like out there anymore, right?
But Revan is not canon.
Revan is canon now.
I'm talking about
his stuff is not
canon.
Right.
That's what terrifies me. Like, look, if you want to give me a really cool Revan, then I'm fine with that. But don't come and give me a Luke version of Revan. Like, Ahmad, I mean, if you think my head exploded over Luke, like here's Revan, here's Luke, okay? Like, I mean, I will. This is my fear, because there's been rumors that he's going to do an Old Republic series, and my fear is he's going to do something to Revan, and then Star Wars is going to die for me.
But that's the thing, bro. They're only rumors, because he has not confirmed he's writing brand new stories.
That's what I'm hoping. Just be somewhere else with new characters, and I think I still say some of the best cinematography in Star Wars was Episode 8. Like, as much as I hate the film, some of the coolest scenes I have seen, like when the ship jumps through the other ship, like just some of the best moments of Star Wars. It's so well done. Like
that pure silence when it happened. Like when you were in the theater and you were watching it, and it was like it's almost like you heard everybody's breath go.
Ace, you and I were sitting side by side when that went off, and you could hear the collective, from everybody in there, because it was just deafening silence. Yeah, deafening silence.
As much as I hate, like, the Luke fight was awesome, and when he keeps screaming more, and they're just pouring all those blaster bolts into him, and then he just I'm there for it.
The thing that got me though, and Captain Brown, you can take it. Was when Luke was walking they showed people walking, revealed the red, but when Luke walked, there was no red. But I didn't catch that the first time. I thought that was brilliant.
I did not see it.
And then the other thing is the storytelling of him saying what do you expect me to do? Go out there with a laser sword and defeat the whole First Order and then turn around and do that? That was don't even get me started.
We just watched Luke Skywalker wipe out a legion of Death Troopers. Like, he could wipe out stupid Kylo Ren and his little pissant army. Like, he's Luke freaking Skywalker. This is the man who can pull Star Destroyers out of the sky. Like, this is Luke freaking Skywalker.
He also did have Kylo Ren just going more.
Yeah.
Fantastic memes from that movie.
But I want to, what Caleb Richardson said in chat there about Henry Cavill. I know I just jumped way back there. Like, dude,
I was going to do the same thing.
This is Hollywood. Like, receding hairline means nothing. They can make the man look 12 if they want to make him look 12. He'll be the buffest 12-year-old, but like,
I mean, I'm sure in Space Jam 2, LeBron is going to have full set of hair in the back.
Nice.
No way.
There you go.
No way.
I hope it's long and flowing.
Maybe we'll get Henry Cavill. We'll get like the little spiral. We'll get like the little Superman spiral down.
Okay.
Just don't let Tyler Perry do their wigs, and you be straight.
Oh God.
Since we jumped back to the HBO Max WB stuff, how about we talk about that Mortal Kombat trailer?
Ooh.
It was interesting to see Scorpion before he had anything. That was weird. It was almost
and I
didn't like it.
Yeah.
No.
he reminded me of Shang Tsung almost. Like,
yeah.
I thought that's who he was until I was like, oh, that's Scorpion's. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he said like a piece of chain or a rope or something that he'd found, and he's throwing it back and forth. Like,
but that's his. I mean, that's his. That's his
shtick. But that's. I mean, but
his shtick was always like his hand opened up.
Well, it depends. It depends on which game you're playing. It depends on which game you're playing, and also, I mean, like in the original Mortal Kombat movie, his hand split open. But if you watch a lot of the newer games and some of the actions, different lore that they brought up, they've gotten away from the in the hand thing. And even if that was the case, like before he was, say, a demon, or before he was a hellspawn or coming back for revenge, at that point in time, that wasn't a power. He would just fling the rope with the spear on it, and then when he became cursed to come back for revenge for his family, that's when the hand thing happened. So I'm not surprised that if he's in the land of the living, that he's doing it with just throwing it and things like that until he becomes actually Scorpion. And for some reason, I know the Lin Kuei is Sub-Zero. I'm trying to think of the group that Scorpion's in, and it's plaguing my mind right now.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
but like I said, I didn't mind it so much. Depending on where they're going to bring this. I mean, it looks like they're going all the way back to the beginning, and Scorpion was undead, so I mean, really don't know his age, and he definitely
this is a reboot. This is not a sequel. It's a reboot.
Right, right. So, but since he's technically undead when he becomes Scorpion, it's like I don't mind if he looks a little older. But you're right, he did have a very Shang Tsung kind of feel when you first see him.
Yeah, because then when Shang Tsung came on the screen, I was like, bro, where's your mustache and your beard at? Like, it just I don't know. Like, here's my thing. I'm not saying that I'm not excited. I'm not overly excited. Am I gonna watch it? 100%. The thing is, for me, and I know it was a long time ago, but it still kind of feels like it's too early to do a reboot. Like, it would be like them trying to reboot the Matrix or something. It's like, bro, it's right. Like the other
one, they are putting out
a
Matrix 4. We can talk about.
Yeah, but that's not a reboot though. That's a sequel still. But so the only thing, watching the trailer, just based upon the trailer, I thought I like what they did with Jax, like giving him the cyborg arms, and like
I like how they made it because beforehand it was just we're gonna put his arms and put the robot arms over his arms as like a casting and stuff. Like, I like how they had like Sub-Zero blast his arms off, which I would like to point out that Sub-Zero in pretty much almost all variations of Mortal Kombat is inherently good. The Lin Kuei is inherently good. They're a Earthrealm group that's supposed to be good. So why they've got him acting like this, that kind of threw me off, because Sub-Zero was always one of my favorite characters. The Lin Kuei and all the different kind of lore behind him, I always loved that. The idea of him and Frost and Sub-Zero's brother down the road and all these different things. But the fact that they got him blowing Jax's arms off in icicles kind of threw me off for a little bit. I'm like, why is my always the righteous guy blasting people's arms into popsicles, shards? It threw me for a loop. So that kind of threw me off, but I loved the trailer overall. I thought it was fantastic.
Sonya Blade was cool. I like if the guy that looks like who's the main character, if that's Johnny Cage, I like the way his character seemed. He wasn't over the top. Kano was over the top for me. Like I need to see it in the context of the movie, because it was. And then for me, Raiden looked way too young, bro. Raiden almost looked like Kung Lao's cousin or something. Like he was very very, very young, and for sure. Goro CGI. Okay. I mean,
it looked okay.
Yeah, it looked okay. It wasn't like DC funky.
Right. It looked better than like
DC funky.
Something we would have seen in the 90s.
Man, DC got some trash of CGI, bro.
It's budget.
I liked Kano though. I thought he had a very Conor McGregor kind of goofy. He's gonna be the comic relief of the series. You can tell the fact that they've got him with the heroes when he's always an inherently a bad character. So the fact that they've got him teamed up is kind of, I want to see how they kind of bring that about, if he double cross them or how they're going to do that. But his character, the way the jokes that he makes, the quips that he makes, that is Kano. Kano is a smart mouthed, foul-mouthed character, and especially at the end with the heart part, like that was straight up like hilarious to me. I'm like, that is Kano. So to me, that didn't throw me off too much, but he definitely is, compared to the rest of them, is a lot more over the top. But
I like the flash that they just flashed Shao Kahn. They didn't like show him. It's just kind of that glimpse of him. And who was that? The one with the size, the girl. Not Jade.
Melina.
Yeah, she
the one with the she got the
Baraka.
Yeah, Barack. Oh God, I can't tell now. I can't tell you the name of the freaking race of animal. Oh God, I should have done some. Should have had my notes.
Snow.
Yeah, Baraka. Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, you guys know the characters a little more than I do. I mean, I've played the games and I've seen the movie, but I've never been real into it. But I knew this one was coming, so I've been curious to see how they would do with the reboot. I liked the trailer. It got me more interested. I thought it was really cool when they showed how he got his arms and stuff. Like, I mean, that was just cool. I was kind of surprised. It seems to me like he's the main bad guy, but that could just be, trailer editing. So kind of, I'm kind of curious to see where they go with that. And I'm hoping that this movie does well and we kind of get to flesh this out, because I know in the more recent Mortal Kombat games, like, there's been real focus on the story and stuff, and there may have always been, but I've noticed it more. I've liked the story, with the different timelines and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what they do with it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, we actually a couple of months ago, my family and I went to a place and hung out, and they actually had like the whole set of the old Mortal Kombat. So I introduced my son to those, and I didn't realize. I loved the first one, but when I thought about, I was like, I don't remember the second one as much, and I was like, this is why I don't remember the second one as much. But he loved them, so as long as this one's in a good realm that I can let him watch them all,
I just want a good story. I just want a good story, because that's the thing. Is Mortal Kombat has great lore. It has some fantastic lore in the games. All the different variations of the story mode, single player campaign modes. I know it's a reboot, but there's so much good lore for Mortal Kombat in the different realms that if they can give us a really good story, I can get past bad CGI and other things like that, to be honest. If they can give us a really good deep story out of it, that's all I want. It's something it's just fun to watch and just to go, I know that, or something that Mortal Kombat fans can appreciate.
Yeah, I won't hit them too hard about the CGI, understanding that they originally thought this would be a movie release and now it's going to HBO Max. So they're probably like, listen, man, we ain't got the budget.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
But look, I thought a cool touch in the trailer was, look, I'm a sucker for the 90s Mortal Kombat music, obviously. Like, I mean, I loved that growing up. So I thought it was cool. Like, I was wondering where it was at during the movie or during the trailer. And then at the very end, you hear it, like a remixed version of it underneath at the very end, which I thought was pretty cool. I love that. I love that whole theme and that styling. So I like the throwbacks and stuff. But I'm here for it. Like, I'm going to be there. I'm going to watch it.
Caleb, I agree with you on your comment on the post. He was talking about what he heard a rumor and how they were going to do this Cole Young character, and it's going to find out that at the end of the film or the end of the series, his birth name is Johnny Cage. No, Johnny Cage
that would make no sense to do that.
We just get a letter. Get a letter with his birth certificate in it, like
a courier shows up in the snow and he says, "Here's your birth certificate."
Sounds like a Hallmark movie.
Johnny Cage is an over-the-top karate actor that goes to prove a point into the Mortal Kombat tournament. That's always been the point. He's a over-the-top movie actor. That's always been his character shtick. That's what they need to keep with. He knows who he is.
Okay. So let's get into our WandaVision recap here, and what we got. We got 3 left.
3 left,
and it is. I mean, we're getting a lot more information. It's definitely pushed a lot further past those first 3 episodes or the first 2 episodes where we were kind of like, okay, where are we going? Now we're like hitting it hard and fast, and we only got 3 left.
And the big thing about those 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Drew is actually gonna pop our bubble with it, but I'll let you say it no more, Snow.
Go ahead. I'll I'll drop the mic after he goes and says.
You go for it. Go for it.
No. So
basically,
the rumor was that the last 3 episodes were all an hour apiece. I saw an article today that came out. Now I don't know about the last 2, but they're saying that the one for tomorrow is not an hour long. It's just going to be 37 minutes. So standard time plus your credits for tomorrow's episode. Now I can't speak for the last 2. I have no idea, but the one tomorrow is rumored to only be 37 minutes. Now watch it come out be an hour, and I'm the asshole. But
I hope so.
But I hope so too. I horribly hope I'm wrong. I horribly hope I'm wrong. But from what I've heard, it's only going to be the 37 minutes tomorrow. But
just suck all the life out of the room.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm in this for the truth.
He waited all day. He's like, man, I can't wait. Just ruin all of their days.
He's been calling just so everybody knows. We were in the back, and we all kind of got in here. We were talking. And Amon's like, yeah, let's talk about this three episodes, 1 hour each. And he goes, no, they're not.
With that shit-eating grin over there, yeah.
I want honesty. Don't hate with my grill, man. I got to show it. I paid for that. I got to look. I'm in it for the honesty. I'm optimistically hopeful that I'll turn tomorrow and be like, hey, look, it's an hour long. But I'm just saying what I saw. You can trust everything on the internet's true. You can trust it. So
you can trust anything on the internet.
Yeah.
Look, man, we gotta look. We gotta talk about why my girl got sucked into the bubble, bro. She got sucked into the hex. See, now I gotta go in there just because she got sucked.
Gotta go in.
Free Darcy. Free Darcy.
Yeah. Well, free Darcy. Well, I can say
at least we're not in the 50s.
That's what I was about to say. That I was about to say. Well, at least we're not in the 50s anymore, where stereotypes are going to be a real bad problem if he jumps into the bubble. But
right.
No, can we just point out, okay, Wanda's got some level of control. Can we not get to that point now? Based on the end of the head episode, she's got some level of control on this. We were like, there's got probably some behind the scenes going on, but she's got a lot more control on this than she's been, that a lot of people were speculating that it's more behind the scenes. Not based on that last 15 seconds. So that was huge. Can we talk about the costumes for a minute? I've been waiting on the episode where we saw Vision in his comic book outfits. Elizabeth Olsen in that Scarlet Witch outfit. I don't care if it's a Sokovian fortune teller or not. Good God, that outfit needs to stay. Is all I'm saying. We could go on. There's so many things I could bring up from how dark the commercial was this time. The commercial was. Wow.
Yeah.
That was, I was like, I watched, I'm like, just watching it, I'm like, okay, where's the funny, what, and it just got over and just disintegrated into a skeleton. I'm like,
darker and darker, yeah.
That's it? All right.
And it was just over. It was just over.
Two things. One, the darkest part of the episode for me was Vision making it out of the hex and him disintegrating. That was horrible.
And them not helping him, and them just standing there watching it. Oh boy, I want to throat punch the guy, the leader of Sword. I don't. What's his name again? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares what his name is? He's not important enough. He's gonna get killed off at some point anyway. He needs a throat punch. Is what he needs.
The other thing too is how Quicksilver is interacting with Wanda. Like he's acting like he knows what's going on, but then again, it's almost like he's prying. Like, so tell me, how did you do this anyway? Like something is not right.
It's not right
with him, even with the credits saying that he's playing himself. Like there's something going on with that guy.
Outside of Agatha, he's the only other one that has been able to talk to her and had a conversation of I know there's something that's not right here.
Even the other, there's one other dude too. The
Herb. Yeah, Herb. He was like, do you need me to change something?
Yeah.
And she was like, what? No. And he was like, oh, just checking. He's like, he said
that happened on this last episode, though, right? Because he was
that was a recent thing. That was a recent.
And then he opened up.
Yeah. He also had it in the episode where he was painting the fence, and when he was about to tell Vision, "Yo, you got to do something, bro." So him and Agatha both seem to know what's going on, and then, like you said, Petro also understands. But the thing that tripped me out was, the further away that Vision got from the main area, how the girl, she was stuck doing this, and she was just crying. like she was in so much pain and she just kept doing, man, that was so creepy. And then the other people just weren't even moving, like the further out.
Like the further
and then
out,
he goes up and you see like the heart is all like active, and now all of a sudden there's kids again. Where the kids been? But then you see the periphery and it's like there's nothing. Everybody's frozen, and like so it's only the spots that it's like she turns it on when she wants to interact with those.
Yeah, Vision moving through there when everyone else is not moving, that was weirding me out a lot, because just the creepy feeling, like you were saying, with the clothesline and the ghost thing, and then the pumpkin up and down, and it was weird, especially when he switched over into his actual out of his costume and into himself again, and just moving through the crowd, and then Agatha freaking out in the car, which I still think she knows. I think she knows or is playing a part in it. I think that she might be the witch that started out helping Wanda, and it got out of control to where she can't even control it anymore. Yeah, we'll get that too.
That would be so good.
But I heard a rumor. This is one of those rumor things. I heard a rumor saying that they're playing into the fact that something happened in that town, and actually everybody is dead in that town, and Wanda is reanimating all these people who had some sort of cataclysmic event, and they're all actually dead. And if that's the case, someone was saying, if that's the case, then now that there's all those kids there is even worse. That's even darker than it was before.
The only reason why I don't believe that, though, is because of the fact they were able to ID these people when they were putting them on the board, and they were reported missing. So I think that's the only thing.
Sure.
I mean, now granted, some of the people haven't been identified, like Agatha, Agnes, or whatever the case may be, but she had another vision of Petro being shot. Like, she looked at him, he was dead, talking to her. That was creepy. But it's just like, again, him prying, like, oh, you tried to get me, or like, well, where'd your accent go? Like, well, where'd your accent go? You know what I'm saying? Like, just, and she's real weirded out by him. Like, when he scared her once Vision left, and she just like legitimately screamed. Like, it's a lot going on with Pietro. She's trying to figure him out.
And I found it really interesting that the child has a vision outside, and she doesn't have a clue. So I was really surprised. I'm like, how does she not sense Vision going out, and then Vision's getting torn apart? And then the child has the vision, and he runs and he's like, "Mom, it's Dad." And
she can't control them, and that's what's interesting. Like,
it could be that she's focused on everybody else, animating everybody else, and she can't keep track of Vision. Whereas the kid just now, he has a connection to Vision, but not to everybody else, because he's not the one puppeting all the other people. But no, it was when he went out of the bubble, and she ended up. Can we talk about when she expanded the thing out and sucked in all the people from Sword? And not only did she suck in all these jokers that she finds annoying, but turns them into a 3-ring circus.
Turns them into a car.
The symbolism in that, which is hilarious in and of itself. But no, it was great, and she blasted, and that was the other thing. She her brother said, "Well, your dead husband can't die twice," and she snapped and blasted him across the friggin' power blasted him across the town square. That just her brother's important, but she loves Vision. So
even though he died more than once, just FYI.
True, but yeah.
What about you, Snowho? What's one of your things that you liked?
I mean, the thing where you see him go into the areas that she doesn't control completely was pretty cool, actually. Just kind of seeing we didn't know why they were doing these motions back and forth. Like, she was hanging the ghost, unhanging the ghost, hanging the ghost. He's putting the pumpkin down, picking it up. And when he wakes up, is it Agatha or is it Agnes? I can't remember her name.
It's Agnes. They haven't.
Agnes is the character. Everybody thinks it's Agatha.
They think it is. That's right.
Yeah.
I've been reading so much behind the stuff. And when he wakes her up, and she's like, "Am I dead?" No. Well, you are.
You are.
So it's like, yeah. So it makes you wonder. I mean, could everybody be dead? I mean, there could be some people dead, and she's just reanimated this whole area because maybe she did something that's happened, and that's
What
why
was
this bubble.
Yeah, and he didn't know he was an Avenger.
It was the way. It was the way. Yeah, well,
that Shane.
He was the way that she was screaming, like after she said dead, and then she was like dead, and she kept raising her voice and screaming at him, and then it was like she started laughing and was like all is lost or something like that. Again, I think she knows. I think she's involved with the initial process of Wanda in this and realized it got out of control, and she's like all is lost or whatever it was she was saying, and was just screaming it over and over again because she knows that if she had some sort of control over it, it's spiraled out of her control at this point. She's being impacted by it. So
the other thing too, man, is that another creepy element is, of course, a lot of people are not fans of clowns. So the fact that all of those agents turned into clowns and it became that circus theme, like it. Whew.
It's
there was some clownphobes. There was some clownophobes that probably had some problems with the end of that episode. All of a sudden.
Yeah,
especially because they're up so close, and they're the mimes. Ugh, I don't like mimes. The mime doing the wall thing. But yeah, Darcy's in there now. I want to know who her contact, or I want to know who the contact was. Is what I want to know.
We should find out next episode.
Yeah,
him now.
Right.
We do know it is a dude though, so the Shuri thing is out. Even though which was driving me crazy is nobody has made mention of the fact that they kept saying when it comes to Vision's body about Wakanda, they keep just saying like a Wakandian. So I'm just wondering, like, how much of his essence did Shuri get before he died? That's what I want to know.
Right.
But did she? She didn't free anything though, right? She was trying to just take the stone out.
Right.
But she wasn't like sending anything back.
Yeah.
No. She wasn't trying to take the stone out so much as download his essence.
His conscious, like he's an AI, so she's trying to like save the personality, like the Matrix, if that makes any sense. Because I mean, with Wakanda's technology, if you could get his personality matrix, you could build him a new suit.
Right.
Like we could have Vision in a different suit made out of materials from Wakanda. But you'd have to get enough of his personality matrix, which is why I find it so interesting that he didn't even know he was an Avenger.
Right.
Where are those memories? Like, because he was an Avenger long before he dies, before he gets the stone pulled out. I mean, how much stuff did he do with the Avengers? Like, so that's my thing is like, why can't he remember such a huge chunk of his life? Like, and I don't think that's Wanda blocking it. I could see Wanda blocking the death. Like, obviously you don't want him to know he's dead, but why take away all the memories of being an Avenger and all the stuff that came along with that? Like, did that get downloaded and that's why it's not in there? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many theories out there right now.
Yeah. There's so many.
Yeah. Caleb's saying that Blue Marvel. He said he's called Blue Marvel. He's calling it now. The aerospace engineer is Blue Marvel.
Hey Dar.
That's
how you doing, Dar?
It's as possible as anything else.
There's a lot of theories.
There's so many theories on who you could have.
The big one was that Ultron is actually still inside.
I hate this theory. I hate this theory.
I actually think it's viable because I mean Vision was made from Tony Stark, Ultron, and Bruce Banner and Jarvis. Yeah. So I mean
let's not go back to Ultron. Like if you're setting,
he was a horrible
exactly. If you're setting up Phase 4, then set up Phase 4. Let's not rehash Ultron. Like
they really tied that off. I mean, we can talk about Ultron. I mean, I didn't mind Ultron so much. There was things they could have changed, but they really tied that story off with a good bow. Like him getting blasted. You're the last one. That back and forth between him and Vision. Little funny quip and then blasting him, and that's it. Like that was tied off so well. There's no reason to be bringing back Ultron. There's so many other people you can bring back.
And he's not like it wasn't like he was an okay villain, but like nobody's clamoring for Ultron to come back. Like
I mean, we saw him in Spider-Man. That's cool. We saw it's cool.
Yeah, we don't need to see him again. Let's move on. Let's figure out what we're doing with the new phase. Like introduce your new villain if that's where you want to go. Like set up the future. We don't need to rehash that. So
well, I'm not saying that even if they did it, we're gonna go there. But I'm just saying, it could be one of those random little things.
There could be a throwback. There could be a pop up, because if you think about it, if he's still inside, if he's still in there coded, and you take away the memories, if you're pulling things out like Jarvis's memories and the knowledge of being an Avenger and all this information, if you start pulling all that stuff away, then what are you left with? You're left with obviously Jarvis's voice, but he doesn't remember anything before being in town with Wanda, because she's doing the reanimation. So if he's in there anywhere inside of that, because if it's obviously it's his physical body being reanimated, as far as we know, because she went in and stole it, that means the code is in there. So if there was a moment to have some little throwback to Ultron, even if it's just a short segment of it, it would be during this, because she's already pulling everything else out. So whatever's left in the physical body, which is that code, would still be there.
Yeah.
Well, theoretically, he's dead, so she might have reanimated, and there might be some in there. But then once the bubble bursts, I mean, Vision's not coming back. I don't think we're gonna have any more Paul Bettany.
I don't know.
I hope that's not true. I really do, because I think he's a phenomenal actor. I love him in that character role. I do a lot, and but I really hope that they can figure out a way. I really hope that the Wakanda thing pans out, and there is enough to, he's not going to be as powerful as the Mind Stone Vision, right, where he could phase through and do all the crazy stuff the Mind Stone let him do, but he can still be a very powerful android character who's intelligent and, things like that. So I would love to see his character. He just doesn't have, maybe he'll play a smaller role, but if you take him away, then Wanda and him are ride or die. So if you take him away, where's Wanda go? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So hey, Caleb, that is kind of that would be something, because everything that we've been seeing happen is because of something painful that Wanda's went through, and Ultron was a painful moment for her.
Yeah.
So for a minute for his voice to have that Ultron sound to it, I mean, that would freak her out.
I wouldn't mind that.
Where he speaks, he says a line in Ultron's voice, and she turns around like, "What'd you say?" And then his voice is normal or something. That'd be
people
a cool
have been dead.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I could live with that.
All right, so I'm going to call Marvel, tell him to write that one in.
Get it in. So, last thing, what do you guys think? Where are we going with this on this next episode? Real quick.
What era are we on? So we were in the 90s, right?
We're on the 2000s.
Yeah,
so
we're
going the 2000s. Oh, I really got to think of what sitcoms were the big thing in the 2000s.
Modern
Family. Big Bang Theory.
Well, we got 3 episodes. So we got are we gonna have wonder if it's early 2000s, and then because early 2000s between them and now shows are still completely different. So I wonder.
I'm wondering if the kids are going to be aged up.
Yep.
And I wonder if she's going to have a conversation with her brother. Excuse me. And then I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen with the shield stuff now. I mean, the sword stuff now that they're, it's only those 4 agents that's with him, I guess, or 3 agents that's with him. And then, of course, Jimmy Woo and Monica. So I just I want to see what happens. I want to see what this contact is. I want to know what information they have. I just can't wait.
I want a Jimmy Woo, Darcy, and Monica spinoff series. Just them 3 going off and doing cool sword stuff.
Can we talk about Jimmy Woo whooping some ass? Like that scene where they were getting escorted out, and then they were all 3 of them just started taking people out. Remember, Rambo is actually, everybody thinks, is already super powered at this point in time. So Jimmy Woo is just Jimmy Woo. You know what I mean? And this dude whooped the living snot out of those people. And that was I knew they were going to be escorted out, but I didn't realize it was going to turn into we're going to knock these guys out, kick their butts moment like that. And I was I was sitting there with my wife. I was like, dang. I said, close up magic. Look at this dude. I was thoroughly impressed. And I love his character. I'm a huge fan of his character. So
they're not making him that comic relief like they did in Ant-Man, where he's just the Laurel and
the
Hardy
goofy
kind
FBI
of he's just running in
that's why I fell in love with the character. That's where I fell in love with the character. But I love that they're giving him more. That's the important thing. So
I'm excited to see where we go.
I am, and I will be watching it very early in the morning.
I will not be.
See, you keep doing that. I have to wait till my wife gets off work because we have to watch together, or else I get yelled at. So I got to wait all day long to have this conversation. She watches to see if it's been watched on Disney Plus, so I can't even sneak it now. So
that's why you have multiple accounts. Watch,
man, telling you,
I've got 4 days. I've got 4 days of Amazon waiting on me, so it'll be late. Okay.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next episode is going to be because I really have no idea. That's the thing is like we kind of knew where most of the episodes were going, each time in a way. Like we knew where the storyline was kind of leading. But I literally, this is one of the episodes where the next episode, I'm like, I don't know what to expect.
Killing me, Ace. Keep making me yawn.
He's trying to shove us out of here. He's doing the whole like, how do you make people leave your house thing?
No. I ain't trying to push us out of here.
Every time he yawns, I have to yawn.
Okay,
guys, we're done.
We're done. It's over. No. That's it.
Okay, guys. Love you. Great job. Love all you out there. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Be sure to, thank you guys for commenting, talking
with
us.
Caleb, for your comments, bro.
Yes, thanks, man. Dara, you have a good night.
Love you guys. We'll see you next Thursday.
Tim, find it at
7:30.
7:30.
Thursday nights.
WandaVision.